Hello and welcome to my channel Artsy Not Fartsy. My name is Julia and today I'm creating a Mother's Day present for my grandmother in polymer clay. My grandmother saw a door I made on a Santa's house last Christmas and wished for one to put beside her front door for the fairies. What a fun idea! We haven't seen each other since then because of the coronavirus, so I wanted something special as a Mother's Day gift. I haven't worked with clay in a while, and quite frankly this door gave me some trouble along the way. I worked the clay to make it soft and start molding it into the size and form of a small wooden door. I used the back of a knife to score the clay to make it look like wood, and then I score the clay with my scalpel, and in those tiny scorings I place thin strings of clay in other shades of brown, and here and there I put strings of silver clay to make it more fairy-like and old. I struggle a bit at this point, doubting myself and the project, but refusing to start over. While I battle my own clumsiness, I want to thank you all for watching my video and encourage you, if you have time, to type a comment telling me who you are or what you would like to see in the future. I keep going and find a way to make it work. I'm putting in a doorknob and I want the knob to have a chunky round shape. I'm making a hole for it and putting it in, and now the door starts to look like a door. Now I'm at a time when I want a door frame, and I make it in pieces so it will look like someone made this out of pieces of wood. When I have my frame firmly pressed down and the pieces all fit, I take little dots of silver clay and put them down to look like nails. At the point of this flower's creation, my husband wondered if a pirate had replaced his wife because of all the swearing he heard from me bending the polymer clay to my will. Sorry, Grandma. As a last touch, I put down some toads at the foot of the door, exhaling when I decide that this is it. It's time for the oven and some rest. I bake it at 110 Celsius for about an hour. When the door has cooled overnight, I put down some glossy varnish on my craft sheet and mix in some gold glitter. I take my brush and start to add the glittery varnish to the center of that flower. After that glittery treatment, I take my brush directly to the varnish and give the whole door a thin coat with a lot of gloss. Now and again I dip my brush in the glitter to give me some glimmer, but not overshadowing anything. When the door is coated and drying, I make the rest of the gift. I'm taking a square die with some lovely faux stitching around it I run it through my die cutting machine with some watercolor paper and get this perfectly sized gift tag. I take my scalpel and make a tiny incision for a ribbon to go through. Then I pull out a beautiful detailed flower stamp that I bought second hand and don't know the label to. I put it on a second hand acrylic block and ink it up with the Distress Oxide's picked raspberry. And because I want to try some watercolor painting with my oxides, I want to trap that picked raspberry and make it resist my watercolors. Because the Distress Oxides dry slowly, they work perfect for embossing. I give it a coat of clear embossing powder and tap off the excess. To trap my picked raspberry, I have to heat set my embossing powder, which is like a fine plastic powder. When I use my heat tool, it melts the powder, making my stamped flower waterproof. Then I pick out 2 other oxides in slightly lighter colors and smoosh them on my worksheet. I spray them with water and carefully I take my brush and give the paper a coat of water before I start to pick up colors. I pick up a lighter pink worn lipstick and start coloring my flower, starting with the center leaves and dragging that color out to give variation and dimension. Then I pick up my orange oxide, ripe persimmon, and add that to the leaves behind the center peeking through. At this time I will ask you not to panic on my behalf. It might look kind of scrambled now, but it will dry beautifully. When my flower has dried, I put a small sentiment strip in the lower part of my gift tag, stating "Thinking of you" in simple black. I've put a light grey ribbon through the tag and I'm wrapping my grandmother's door in bubble wrap and then in orange and pink silky paper. At last I put a bow on and ship it to my grandmother. Thank you all for watching. It means the world to me, and I hope you feel free to comment or pop by again soon. You see, I have all these ideas. Goodbye for now.